Rob, many congratulations. The team song being sung there for the first time this season in the County Championship. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's always special to get a 4-day win. We've been close this year in a few games, but not been able to quite get over the line. And to get over the line today was special. Everyone chipped in, really. It was an all-round team performance on a tough wicket to bat on. You know, safe and Broady set the tone in that first innings, got us above 200. And then I thought the way the two young lads went out their second innings at, I think, 9 for 2, under some real pressure. They showed what they're about there. Got us a partnership that allowed the likes of me to come in and play some shots and try and pull the momentum back in our favour. We always knew anything upwards of 240 was going to be tough. We knew it was going to be tough coming back this morning with the bat. And then once we got out there bowling, we knew that myself and Hughes would have a job to play, and it was going to be tough. And yeah, it was just nice to be ruthless and get that win.
You talked about the role that you and Yuzi Chahal had to play. The contrasting figures, Derbyshire spinners 7 wickets for over 200 and you two sharing 17 in the match at obviously a very much lower average. At the end of what's been, or back end of what's been a frustrating season for you personally, that must be very, very pleasing and very satisfying.
Yeah, for the standards I set myself, as you probably know, Rad, it's been a tough year for me personally on and off the field. But to say I've had a tough year, I've still got 2 fifers and 100 and 250s. So, yeah, for my standards, I'd like to score a few more hundreds. I pride myself on 100 scoring. I know we've had that conversation a few times, but this is just special. I might not have got the 100, but get 5 for and win a game. 4-day wins are just, there's nothing like them. One-day cricket T20 wins are great, but there's nothing like a tough 4-day win. And to contribute to that win is very special.
In the course of your long career with Northamptonshire, you've bowled at the other end to a number of outstanding spinners. How highly do you rate Yuzi Chahal?
We call him the magician. He's got a bag of tricks, and luckily it was too cold for him to get all his tricks out, so he said he just stuck to the flipper a few times and that got him a few wickets. So obviously everyone knows what he can do. The opposition, they know what he can do. They're expecting him to bowl big turners and he pulls out the flipper. So I think it actually helps me, not only his cricket brain, he's very clever, he knows spin bowling, but it almost takes the pressure off of me with him at the other end, and I feel like I can just bowl and not necessarily worry about going for too many runs because he's going nowhere at the other end and also looking to take wickets. I've been lucky enough to bowl with some great spinners, and yeah, he's got to be up there. I have to give Kegsy a shout out. I still speak to Kegsy a lot. I was speaking to him after the first innings. He's someone I always send footage to. I'm always trying to improve my bowling. Finally starting to see myself as an actual bowler rather than a part-time, someone that can chip in. So 5 are a little bit more special than 100 at the minute.
Can we just revisit one of the points you made a moment or two ago, because I think it's worth bringing out the performances of Gus Miller and James Sales, who were both have been given the chance in this match to bat in the top 4 and have really, certainly in that second innings, as you say, in a difficult situation, have really shown what they're about. Yeah,
definitely. And the pitch is getting a lot of talk about the spin, but it was actually nipping and it was tough. Their seamers, I thought, bowled brilliantly. The young lad on debut. For them to come in at 9 for 2 and I think a lead of 50 odd, if one of those gets out and they get into us, the game looks very different. So I just thought the way they soaked up the pressure, got themselves in, and then you could see them grow in confidence as they went on, and I just thought it was a great experience for them and a great contribution actually.
Just a final point, obviously all supporters will know that it's been an interesting few days, obviously with the head coach moving on and different people in charge, at least pro tem. What's the spirit been like in the dressing room? How have you managed to adapt to obviously a bit of a change of the plates in the last few days?
It's always a difficult time. I've been part of a few actually. It's always a strange sort of time, strange atmosphere, but the one thing it does create is a little bit of togetherness in the dressing room. There's almost like no set leader now. It's like, come on lads, we'll do this ourselves. And I think the senior players really stood up this week, not just on the field but off the field, behind the scenes, and we just want to finish on a high. We know as a collective it's not been the season we'd have hoped for, we're still planning to try and win the next 2 games and finish with 3 wins on a row and sort of kick that into next year.